Hello and welcome. Today we're going to review the AirHogs FPV Race Drone DR1 Racing. This is a small racing drone that is commonly found in big box retailers for a somewhat affordable price. It comes with FPV goggles that essentially you put your cell phone in. This little drone has a little camera on it, and we're going to check out all its features. Now the drone does come in this cool looking box. Let's open this up and check out what's inside. Now essentially it's like this. Even though we kind of already preset this up, it comes pretty straightforward. You have the star of the show here, this good looking quad here. Its camera is adjustable, so you can tilt it downwards like this. You can tilt it in the center, and you can tilt it upwards. It's recommended to have it somewhat tilted upwards, because most of the time when this is going forward, it's tilting forward a bit. So it's this way you're guaranteed you're going to see a more straight on picture. And you've got your propellers. They're two color codes, red and black there. The red denote the front, the black denote the back. You have this, I believe this FPV transmitter antenna, so it reaches your cell phone. Has this cool logos there, and this big area down here is where the battery's stored. It's non-removable. It's in there. I'm not sure what the size is. It's probably maybe a 350, 400, maybe even 500 milliamp battery, maybe 3.7 volt. So, but I'm not quite sure. And here's where you charge it. Down here, this little plug, and then it basically turns on and off with a little on-off switch here. It basically turns on and off here with a little switch here. And that's basically it. But yeah, very neat looking quadcopter. It has these blade protectors here, so you can bump into walls and things, and it's not really much of an issue. The built-in battery is a bit of an issue, because you kind of, with these quads, since they only fly about 5 minutes or so, a little over 5 minutes, you kind of want to swap out batteries. But the fact that this is built in, you're forced to have to just charge the whole quadcopter for a period of about maybe, I believe it's maybe 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. It's a little under an hour. So you have to charge this for about 40 minutes or so, only to get 5 minutes worth of flight time each time you do it, because you don't have additional batteries. So that is a bit of a con with this one, but overall it still is very fun. So we're going to look into the other things as well, and let's look at some of the other things here. It also has the transmitter. Now this transmitter takes two AAA batteries in the back here, and you don't need a screwdriver to open this. You just need a pen to push this little button in, and then pull out the top, and then you just turn on the transmitter, and it quickly binds to the quadcopter. And then you essentially have your trims, your two rates, beginner mode, which has flight assist or altitude hold, and then you have your second mode, which is more manual, where you have to provide more throttle management. Auto takeoff, auto land, on off, dedicated flip button. This is your picture or camera button. As you can see, these little icons here. You see the little picture, and then this is video. And here are your trims, and this is not a spring-loaded thumbstick for the throttle, and then you have your spring-loaded rudder here. And we're going to go into the app right now in a second, And then here you've got basically two baggies with your accessories. You got your additional propellers here, spare propellers. One set, or 4 of them. And then you've got this little baggie with essentially just a USB charger for the little quadcopter. Additional end tips for your thumbsticks here, and then this little stick here to, I guess, help you pull off these propellers if you need to replace them, or if you need to make some adjustments on the quadcopter. Here's this little plastic stick. So there are your 2 baggies, your quadcopter, your transmitter, and then right here you've got your FPV goggles right here. And the interesting thing about these is they have a very neat feature. You put in your cell phone, and if you notice here, these ends here are see-through. They're see-through here. And the reason that is when you're looking at this in FPV mode, the app gives you the option to get out of FPV mode and look straight as if you had no goggles on. And so what it does is the camera on your phone is available here, is not covered, is exposed. So if you push the switch mode to be able to see what's around you and not be distracted for whatever reason, it will activate your camera, and you can actually see through the FPV goggles what your camera sees. And then if you want to switch back to FPV mode, you push the button again, which is basically this button on your controller, and it will switch back to the point of view of the quadcopter. So point of view of the quadcopter's camera, or point of view of your phone's camera, which is your first person view in case you need to pay attention to your surroundings for whatever reason. So that's kind of very interesting. I haven't seen that in a while. So and it's pretty comfortable, pretty good looking FPV goggles with the logo right there. So that's that. And then the last thing on this is at the very bottom you get your instruction manual. So once you have the quadcopter on and the controller on as well, bound to it, you would get your phone, open up the Wi-Fi, and you will see an entry here for DR Race Drone. So you would connect to that. Once you're connected, there's no password or anything like that. You would open up the app, which is like this. It has this kind of an icon. It's called DR1 FPV. So you open that one up, and initially there might be some notifications and things to that effect. So you do all that. There might be a brief tutorial, but at the end you'll connect to the live feed of the quadcopter. As you can see, now there's a live feed. And the interesting thing they do is they give you these overlays for your live feed to give you that feel or sensation that you're in like a cockpit or something. They give you 4 overlays, different types. And if you notice, initially, I think 3 of them are locked, or 2 of them are locked. And you even also have the option not to have an overlay. And it's just a neat little gimmick to give you that sensation, especially if you put it in your FPV goggles, that you're inside some sort of a cockpit. And it's pretty neat. I think you can unlock the other ones if you either fly it enough times or score enough points, or you might even have to do an in-app purchase to enable it. So, but in any case, you have these cool little overlays, and you'd hit OK, and then you're ready to go and you're ready to fly. Now, once you hit the home key, there are a lot of options in the app, and we're going to briefly go over them. You can hit the home key right here, and fly will take you right into the live feed. You have some informative things here, like this controls icon here. If you tap on that, Kind of gives you a brief overview of the controls. Then you got awards here. If you fly it enough times and score enough points, you get awards here, medals. You got help here. Gives you a little bit of online help. You might have to connect to the internet for some of these features. So you might have to disable the Wi-Fi of the quadcopter and actually get on your real Wi-Fi in order to access some of this internet content. You got some tutorials, cool videos, I guess, made by other people flying this drone and that they've edited and submitted to the online community. And then this gives you pretty cool editing features, aside from giving you those virtual cockpits that you can record in, which, by the way, this has no SD card. This doesn't read any SD cards at all. All its recording and photographs is saved through the app on your phone, through Wi-Fi. The app gives you a lot of ways of editing it. Right here, you can go edit, and then you would select your video from your library that you've recorded, and it lets you add effects to it. It lets you add stickers. You get all these little happy face, smiley face stickers that you can throw in different parts of the video, cool effects, filters, you know, black and white and things of that nature. You can add cool soundtracks. So you could save a nice little clip that's pretty neat, and you can share it on YouTube or wherever you want to share it. So let's check out some footage of this flying around and a little bit of onboard footage from this camera and see how it looks. Hope you enjoy. Check it out.